prime time on the top game, it's a fine line. Man in the match, that's Davon, he's the main guy, keep it close eye. Make sure you don't make no wrong play, cause I'm with Jose and Andre. When Cyrus comes to walk in, you better know that you are watching Premier League. Davon, tell them what time we on. Prime time. Let me hear you say Premier League. Davon, tell them what time we on. Prime time.
Hello and welcome to Premier League Primetime, Season 6, Episode 1. Can you believe it? 6 amazing years of this wonderful podcast, of this wonderful community, building it from the ground up. First things first, apologies for the lack of, I guess you could say, any content or really anything at all. There was just a lot of personal issues that I had to deal with, and just needed to just take, a break. Unfortunately, I lost my mother. R.I.P. To my mom every single time. Wonderful, wonderful person in my life. She was the one that originally actually gave me the idea to even start this podcast, and she's been the number one supporter of it. So just wanted to say rest in peace to my mother, and I hope that she's proud. Just thought I would start with that before we get into this, or get into the episode, which I'm sure that she'd be delighted about, to see that we are on for a sixth season, season 6. It's been a crazy summer, ladies and gentlemen. But before we go on about it, how could I not introduce my wonderful panel, my wonderful, almost 100% of the time non-responsive panel. Jose, Sirius, and Andre. How are we all doing? I wouldn't want it any other way. Wouldn't want it any other way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 6 seasons. Start of season 6, and we're just going to carry on. We are just going to carry on. This lag is incredible, but it is what it is. But let's just start off. Let's just start with Arsenal. All right, Sirius. Taking a look at Arsenal's business so far, they have gone on and they have done the Arteta special. It was so nice that they had to do it twice. First with Kepa, and then with Noni Madueke. Kepa for 5 mil, Noni Madueke for 52 mil. Then going ahead to sign Christian Norgard, Martin Zubimendi, Christian Mosquera, and of course, the big talisman, the number 9 that they have wanted for ages, Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. Serious thoughts on Arsenal's business so far in the win?
Yeah, I've been happy with it for the most part. I think Zubimendi is going to be a good replacement for him. I think Norgard is also like a good backup in case one of the lads gets injured. He got his first goal yesterday. Yeah, with the we always sign the Chelsea rejects. Seems to be a common theme. I'm actually pretty happy about Kepa signing. I mean, he's obviously going to be a backup. 5 million for a keeper who's played Premier League football, started for Chelsea. I know he's had his ups and downs, but I'm totally okay with that. Madueke is an interesting signing. I would have prioritized someone like Eze or someone else before signing Madueke. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be like one of those Arsenal fans that's already hating on him. Let's see what he does, and then I'll hate on him later if he's shit. Besides that, yeah, Gyökeres, I know he hasn't scored yet. He's had 2 games. One of them he came off the bench. The other one, I watched it. We're just not. I mean, that game, it's only 1 game, so I'm not gonna, not overreact about it. But we're just not playing towards his strengths, and we need to do so. But I feel like Arteta will figure it out. We will. Yeah. Besides that, I'm pretty happy with the transfer window. I think Zubimendi is going to be a great player for us. Yeah, maybe we will sign Eze. I really don't think Martinelli, just watching him this preseason, I know it's preseason, so things change. But I
Mhm.
really don't know if he can start for us anymore. But we'll see.
No, and on someone like Eze, like I'd be thinking to myself towards, when last season ended, I'd be thinking to myself, okay, I first saw a lot of links to Rodrigo, then with Eze, and I'm thinking, okay, wow, if Arsenal get those players, then yeah, take them seriously. But then Noni Madueke, he's not going to play on the right, so is he going to start on the left? Because I can't see why else you'd bring him in. Do you think that's what Arteta's going to do? Or do you think that even with signing Madueke, that they'll still be able to bring in Eze? Or do you think that Madueke deal's kind of just put that at risk?
Yeah. I don't know. When he came on, he was playing left wing preseason, but I know for Chelsea, he played right wing most of the time.
He played on the left sometimes.
Yeah, we have we do have Trossard there, unless we have Trossard and Martinelli. So I guess what Arteta was thinking that he would come in for Saka, or like be Saka's backup for games that we played Saka in too many unnecessary games, and I feel like that's why his hamstring went. So I think it's a good, and then it's not like, we also have Wanyeri, so I don't know exactly where he's going to play. I don't really know what's going to happen. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. We had so many injuries last season, so I think that's part of the reason why Arteta also picked him up, is that, there's a time where we barely had any attackers and we had to play Raheem Sterling, so I don't think he wants that to happen again.
Or play Marino up front, which is what they had to do last season. But, I mean, he wasn't that bad.
No, it's pretty good.
And then some of the outgoings, like I said, Jorginho, he's gone. Kieran Tierney's a given. Tomiyasu, and then the whole Thomas Partey incident. I think the less said the better. But that whole incident was mental, and he went and he ends up at Villarreal, which was, yeah. If you know, you know. That's all I'll say. That was crazy to see. If there's one thing that this season I think that's been, on everyone's minds when we talk about Arsenal, Max Darman. Let's talk Max Darman. Serious, what do you think is this kid's ceiling? Or do we just not even know yet? Because he's, not only is he so young, but to have such an intelligent footballing mind and such incredible footballing ability at that age, we just don't even know what it's going to look like.
Yeah, he's 15, so I'm not trying to overreact yet, but he's been great in the preseason. 15-year-old, passing all those Newcastle players, making them look silly. He's gonna be, hopefully, he's gonna be one of those. I don't want to say Yamal talents, but when you're coming to 15, all you can think about is Yamal. But yeah, I've watched him. He's been kind of talked about for like a year or more now, like 2 years. Like I've seen his games for the academy, and he's great. Left-footed talent, attacking mid, can also play on the wing. But I think maybe he'll be a replacement for Odegaard later down the road, or even fight to get in the starting lineup. But we have so many talented young players right now. So I'm really happy about him. I think he's going to be great.
To go to the panel, speaking of Odegaard, is he going to be one to watch this season, considering how underwhelming of a season he had last season? Do you think he should be one to watch?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, is the echo gone, by the way? Is this fine?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Technical difficulties earlier. I feel like with Gyökeres coming in, the creativity they have on the wings, I feel like Odegaard's, I guess, sort of creative responsibility might be a little more divided, and I feel like he just needs to really do his job in midfield, and people will sing his praises. So I feel like he's almost got a little bit less on his plate, but also at the same time, you're the captain of this team. You finished second, years in a row. So it's time to step it up. You have your marquee attacking signing. So I think on the pitch, I'm feeling like maybe the load is lightened a bit. They have a little bit more talent. But on the other hand, his leadership is going to be a huge thing. He's got to lead the team to glory this season.
No, 100%. Speaking of that, before we move into to Manchester City, serious, what are your expectations and predictions for Mikel Arteta this season? And if he fails to meet those expectations, what do you think should happen?
Yeah, expectations: win a trophy, win the Premier League. I mean, we play second 3 years in a row. It's now or never, honestly. Our teams, players are getting into their primes. Like, it's time to win it. I'm not saying, win the Champions League, but got to win the Premier League, got to win trophies. If it doesn't happen, I think that's a conversation for later. I really don't want to see Arteta go. He's been such an influential part in us, getting to that top 2 position, actually challenging the Champions League, not being a joke of a football club anymore. So yeah, I guess I don't really want to think about that right now. But if we say we finish second again, same thing happens, then it will be definitely time to take a look at his job.
I think that's a fair assessment of that. But moving into Manchester City, and after the season that they had, what do Man City go ahead and do? They just have the most typical Manchester City window, not just only in the players that they recruit, but just the deals and the finances involved. I'll just read up just a few of the names that they've recruited so far. And honestly, even with these 4 names, I think that they'd be fine with them. And they could be title contenders already. First of all, James Trafford, brought back to the club for around like 30-something million. Very good goalkeeper, actually, very underrated. Especially with rumors of Ederson going to Turkey and Ortega being told by the club that he can go. He's brought back to the club, given the number 1 shirt, so one could, fairly assume that he's going to be the number 1 goalkeeper going into the season. Ryan Aït-Nouri from Wolves, phenomenal left wing back. Technically, so good. Honestly, he was one that wanted to sign for Man United, but Manchester City got themselves a real gem there. Gianni Reinders as well, phenomenal midfielder. I think he will be I think he's the perfect complement to Rodri. I think that's exactly what Rodri needs alongside him. And then, who hasn't, unless you've been living under a rock, Ryan Cherki from Lyon. And I think especially Jose will know, as well as I will know of how talented this kid is. He's got the world at his feet. And one thing that I will say to Pep Guardiola, so help me, Pep Guardiola, I'm speaking to you. If you do Ryan Cherki like you did Jack Grealish and you ruin this kid, yeah, I'm a football mammal for anything else. So I don't want to see it. Don't you do it. But again, this kid has the world at his feet. With the business that they've done so far, Jose, I'll throw this one at you. What are your thoughts on it so far? Do you think that they still need to add more to the side?
Okay, well, first of all, Pep Guardiola did not ruin Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish was just a mid player. Let's get that straight first. Second of all, I'm not too convinced on these signings. I think that Reinders is quite good. I really like him, but he's much more limited, in my opinion, than someone like Bernardo and Kevin De Bruyne, which I think are the positions that he would probably be taking up. And I think that they're going to notice that pretty quickly. I think Cherki is a good signing. I think he'll be a better winger than a lot of the wingers that they currently have at the club. I still think it might take him a little bit of time to get on the ground running. Coming from Ligue 1 to the Premier League can be difficult sometimes. With Aït-Nouri, like you said, he's a great left wing back. Will he be a great left back for Man City? It's a different question. I think that he'll eventually be good, but it'll be tough. I just think Man City are kind of going to have a mid-season this year, to be honest.
I think that they're going to be significantly better than they were last season. I still think that, especially in the World Cup, they look slow at the back. They definitely look slow.
They haven't really made any signings at the back other than Aït-Nouri, I guess.
And I think at some point they're going to need new centre backs, but even the Ruben Diaz he's quite slow, and he's starting to lose his legs a bit. He's still one of the best centre backs around in the league comfortably, even though he's slowed down a bit. But Do you guys think that Manchester City could mount a title charge? And if not, what should be the expectations on Pep Guardiola, considering
Well, like, but before you answer that, like, do they even have a right back?
that's a very good point. They have been looking at right backs. Tino Livramento has been close near top of the list, but Newcastle want 80 million for him.
No, that'd be a great signing for them, but that's
He's a phenomenal player, but
yeah, he is.
but unfortunately, yeah, the market isn't great. But you look at what players are going now these days in the market. Unfortunately, 50 million is like the new 30 million now these days, and any player with great potential is now like 100 million more or less. As stupid as it is, but unfortunately, that's just how the way things are now. But that would be a great signing. But I mean, for me personally, I have no sympathy for Newcastle. I don't. But that would be a great signing. I've heard Denzel Dumfries has also been linked as well. Vanderson's another one from Monaco, I think. Cambiasso of Juventus, another one.
He's good. They're just starting Mateus Nunez there still, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pep's just been playing him at fullback. From what I've heard from a few City fans that I know personally, they've told me that he looks better there than he looks in midfield, but it's still just average.
Yeah.
At best. And of course, knowing Manchester City standards, average is not good enough. And knowing the club that Manchester City are, I firmly believe that they will address that right back position. I'll be stunned if they go into the season without a right back.
Yeah, I agree.
Genuinely stunned. Like they need a right back. Honestly.
I mean, they've gone into seasons without strikers.
Now they have two world-class ones. I mean, I feel like Pep Guardiola in his time in England has just gone like, he's just kind of gone full circle in terms of like just tactically, and now it's like, I just feel like they have so many different kinds of players that he can just set up so differently game by game or competition by competition, and I think they are prepared to compete on all fronts. The one missing thing is that right back slot, and honestly that whole defense I feel like is where there is a little bit of worry, but I guess on the attack they just excite me. I think with the three,
yeah.
They can play the 3-10s like they have been with wide wing backs, and then they also have great wingers and Savio, Cherokee, whoever. It's just like they could do so much. So I do still think they could. What was that? Did you say Savio left? What'd you say?
I'm not saying I think Savio's a great player.
Oh, I thought you said he left. Yeah. That's why he still has something to prove. So it's just, I definitely still think they can mount a title challenge, and I think I am. We'll see when we're going through it over the show, but I think I'm leaning to them for the league, which is
Really? Okay.
I think so.
Enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But what should be the expectations of Man City going into the season? Should they be winning the Premier League like no matter what? Should they be winning a trophy? Whether it's a domestic, FA Cup.
I'm thinking a domestic double. Maybe be the expectation. That's my guess. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Jose, serious? What about you guys?
No, personally, I think City are going to finish third or fourth.
Third or fourth?
Yeah.
Who finishes second?
I agree with Joe.
Who finishes second?
Liverpool.
And who finishes first?
Who do you think, Dave?
Well,
Man United?
to hear from you. Well, meaning to hear from you.
Man United, right?
Arsenal.
Wait. Say that again?
I said Arsenal will finish first.
This season?
Mm-hmm.
All right, editor, clip that, and I'll save
Wait,
that for
Dave,
Replay this when the season ends.
Dave, not to say that I've looked at the outline, but don't we have a whole section on this already? Later? Don't we have a whole section on this later?
I guess so, but
I haven't checked the outline.
goes
Just making sure you know.
Joe just
shocker.
exposed himself. He's checking the outline these days.
Oh, shocker. You not checking the outlines, it's like Hoyland failing to find the back of the net. So it's just the typical Like, it's not a surprise to me anymore. But moving into Liverpool, and their transfer window is scary. It's actually scary looking at this Liverpool side. Let's just start with just going from back to front. March Vidili, which was done last summer, the goalkeeper from Valencia, 29 million. They needed to address the fullbacks, and they done so. Jeremy Frimpong replacing the Real Madrid-bound Trent Alexander-Arnold, 25.5 million from Leverkusen. Milos Kerkez, who one of the worst kept secrets in the league, who was more or less torquing for Liverpool since January, got his £40 million move from Bournemouth. And then Hugo Ekitike, 79 million from Frankfurt. And then the crowning jewel, Florian Wirtz, 120 million from Leverkusen. Initial thoughts, guys?
I think as a squad, this is maybe the best I've ever seen in my time as a soccer fan for Liverpool. This is crazy.
I agree.
Yeah, this is wild. They have so much revenue now. Arne Slot, I mean, I've sung his praises for a long time, even before Liverpool. So it's just, I mean, Salah just had the season he had. I mean, they look incredible. So yeah, I'm thinking they might have their sights a little more on the Champions League, and I wonder if that'll derail them in the league a bit. But yeah, we'll see. They just look phenomenal all around.
No, fair enough.
I just think it has to be said that they've lost a lot of firepower going forward. Of course, with the unfortunate death of Jota, as well as Nunez and Diaz leaving, they've lost a lot of depth going forward. So I think a lot is going to hinge on whether Salah can have another season like he just did. Because otherwise you have him and Ekitike, and I mean, like, what else do they have up there?
Gakpo is another one.
Yeah, Gakpo, and then if they end up getting Isak, or we'll see.
I mean, if they get Isak, it's a different
That was
story.
something. Yeah,
But at the current point,
Isak will come later. That's something we're saving for later. Just to let you know. But yeah, that the whole Isak rumors are mental. But what should the expectation be for Arne Slot this season? But actually, I almost forgot. You know what? I still think that Liverpool need to add pieces to the back. Konate is a year left on his deal. Liverpool literally done another Trent, and the whole Guehi rumors and all that. I think Liverpool need a centre back.
I think they need a left winger more than a center back.
Yeah, fair enough. But I think with Gakpo there, I think they should be fine for the time being. But I think they need a centre back more because they lack depth in that area, and especially with Konate. If he goes, they're going to need someone there. But what should the expectation be for Arne Slot, especially if they get a centre back in? Should it be
We should win the double for sure.
Do you think it should be a trouble though, considering the squad that they might have?
I mean, it could be, but a treble is a very difficult achievement.
Yeah, I think for any English side to, I think, set the expectation to be a treble is crazy. I mean, like everyone shoots for it, but the expectation is no.
We've had
double is the most you can.
2 treble winners in our entire history.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But this Liverpool team looks scary, and a lot of people have been comparing it to the supposed Real Madrid super team with, in the other podcasts that I'm on. Some people were saying, this Liverpool team's not going to perform. We saw the Real Madrid super team, and the first thing I said was compare the balance and the strength of the core and the spines between that Liverpool side and that Real Madrid side of last season. Like, you look at Liverpool, they still have, whatever you want to say about Van Dijk, he's still Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Or else what you want to say, whether you continue with the Gravenberch experiment or not, you still have a very good midfielder there with Florian Wirtz, and of course Alexis McAllister. You have, I think Frimpong's going to be the only question mark, because I don't rate Frimpong defensively. I think he's worse than Trent defensively. I think he's a liability there, but we'll just have to see what happens with that. It'll be interesting to see how Arne Slot tactically adjusts his system to accommodate Frimpong. But
I think he's way better than Trent defensively, actually.
Because he plays either as one of those in one of the front as a wingers or in that wing back role. And a fullback's very different from a wing back in defensive responsibilities. But I mean, Arne Slot that was probably my biggest shining praise of Arne Slot. You know, he'd come into a Liverpool side that were very used to rock and roll. Didn't technically change too much, but they went from a rock and roll sort of football to more methodical, patient build-up. But a lot of still the same tendencies as we'd seen from the club Liverpool for years gone by. And he won the league with that side. So with no transfers. So I mean, we don't know what will happen, but moving into
last thing, do we think Kerkez and Frimpong are the best wing back pairing in the league?
Oh yeah, no questions asked.
No,
You know I love Kerkez is my new Stufel. You know that.
I'll tell you what's the best.
That's never been it.
The best fullback duo in the league is Timber and Lou Skelly. Name me a right back better than Timber. I'd love to know.
And as a wise man once said, in the context of Arsenal fans, why argue and bicker with them when you can just wait till the end of the season? As a wise man once said. So, we will. Editor, please make sure you have that clipped as well. The best fullback pairing in the league. That's actually an interesting question. I think they're up there. They're certainly up there. Assume that Man City get Livramento, I think Aït-Nouri Livramento could be an option. When fit, you know, Cucurella has had a brilliant season with Reece James, so I don't know, but they're up there. And speaking of Cucurella and Reece James, let's move into Chelsea. Our world champions, as they won the Club World Cup, for those who, you know, watch the Club World Cup. And I'm no shame in saying it. Yes, I watched the Club World Cup. This summer has been so boring. And for me, outside of football, I watched the Club World Cup, and Chelsea looked good. They looked very, very good in that tournament. But looking at Chelsea and their signings, Jamie Bino Gittins, as the football mutants are already saying, he's already better than Sancho, which it just makes me cry on the inside. I know that's one of Joe's favorites. £52 million from Dortmund for Bino Gittins. Liam Delap, the £30 million release clause from Ipswich. Esteval, it's one of the deals done from last summer for $30 million. Jorel Hato from Ajax, can play centre back, can play left back, $40 million. And of course, as you know, again, if you haven't been living under a rock, João Pedro from Brighton for £60 million. Jose, thoughts?
I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. They played so well in the Club World Cup. They didn't really have difficult opposition until the final, and everyone thought PSG were going to obliterate them, and then they obliterated PSG. So I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I think that Chelsea, they certainly look to be an actual force again under Maresca after that Club World Cup, and I think that they'll have probably their strongest season in years. I'm not entirely convinced by Joao Pedro and Liam Delap, just because I don't think Pedro or Delap are really going to solve their goal scoring problems up front. But I mean, we saw what happened when Cole Palmer turned it back on in the Club World Cup, and if he stays consistent this season, I think that they could be doing really well. I'm a big fan of Willian Esteval. I'm a big fan of Jamie Bino Gittins. So I think that their wingers could work together.
Oh, really? You like Bino Gittins? I didn't know that, actually.
I like Bino Gittins. Yeah, I think he's good.
Fair enough.
But I think that I think they could have a strong season. I think they'll. I mean, well, I guess I'll reveal later where I put them. But I think they're going to do well this season.
Fair enough. I totally disagree about João Pedro. I think João Pedro has completely changed the way that Chelsea can look about how they can go about in the attack. I mean, I
would agree with you there, Davis.
I've wanted this guy at my football club since his Watford days, well before he even moved to Brighton in the first place. People laughed at me when I said this is the guy that we need to bring to our football club. Like I said about Ivan Toney, however many years ago, back in 2021 or something like that, that he would be a great signing for us. But Chelsea got themselves a wonderful, wonderful player. honestly. I mean, not just the Club World Cup, final when he scored that ridiculous goal against Paris Saint-Germain, but even the build-up play. Yes, I have my certain praises of Jackson, but he can't finish to save his fucking life. He cannot. You can't find the back of the net to save his life. But not only can João Pedro find the back of the net, but technically, this guy is so good. He honestly is. He can hold the ball up. He can run the channels. He can link up with the attackers alongside him. Cole Palmer just looked a million times better. Alongside Pedro, then I've seen with Jackson, then with flipping Nkunku up front, with the lap. So I think João Pedro is going to be a great addition. And Liam Delap was 30 million from Ipswich, a release clause. And he's a good player as well. So I think Chelsea have two very good attackers to play in that striking role. Yes, very young, but I do think that they both have a bright future. As for outgoings, because Chelsea have a lot of players to get rid of, I'll throw this one out to the lot of you. Chelsea still have plenty of players to get rid of. Who do you think will leave Chelsea by the end of this window? You still have the likes of Sterling, you still have the likes of Chilwell, you have the likes of Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson, might go. They still have a bunch of players to get rid of.
Yeah, I see Sterling, Chilwell all going. I think Jackson's gonna go too, to be honest. I mean, when you
Keep in mind the wages as well, with players like Ryan, Sterling, and Chilwell, they're on massive wages.
I mean, if they can get rid of them, they will. I mean, I think for Jackson, planning to lap and
Pedro.
Pedro, I think that shows him that he's not going to get much game time. So, yeah, if I was Jackson, I would go.
I saw a post from our beloved ESPN.
Beloved ESPN.
It was Chelsea has made 49 signings in the past 4 years. And for reference, 49 signings ago for us, Man United was under Herrera in 2014.
That's mental. But I will say this, right? Yes, despite all the criticism that we have, and a lot of people have of blue coat, all that, you see the position that Chelsea are in now. Chelsea are on the up. However, I hope Chelsea, I heard that they're going to try and get Xavi Simons as well. And Chelsea will make my entire year if they free my club from, one of the two figures that have had my club in, one of the scariest reigns of terror that I've ever had to be put through as a supporter of my beloved football club, honestly. And that will be get back and pay back for Mason Mount if they splash 50 on Garnacho. They need to run us our money for that. But before we move into our club, what should the expectation be for Chelsea this season? Given that, yes, they won the Conference League, they won the Club World Cup, they got top four. What should be the expectation now from Maresca this upcoming season?
Champions League.
Winning the Champions League?
No, I mean finishing in a Champions League.
Oh. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Just finish top four.
But you know what? Now I think about it, right? It would be the most typical Chelsea thing to go ahead and win that Champions League, because Chelsea in cup competitions, because no one thought that they were going to win this Club World Cup. No one did, and the way they bossed Paris Saint-Germain in the final, it was nothing. Battered them.
Yeah, but if you look back at the previous Chelsea team, it was so well set up to destroy teams who played attacking football like Real Madrid, who they beat. And I think that you have players like Conte and Jorginho making a real solid defensive block, and you have Thiago Silva at the back.
But now you have Caicedo.
You've playing the best football of his life. Yeah, but let's not compare Caicedo to Conte.
No, I'm not. I'm not comparing the two. But Caicedo's a.
Dave, it sounds like you were comparing them.
Huh?
It sounds like you were comparing them.
In the sense that they're similar profiles, sure, but I'm not saying that that their abilities or their level of ability are the same. But no, they're similar profiles of player. So no, that in of its sense is true, but no, Caicedo is no, it's not on the same level of footballing ability as N'Golo Kante does, but they're very similar by profile. But anyways, let's move into Manchester United. Jose, taking a look at what we've done so far. We signed Diego Leon last summer, 7 million, and what we've done this summer so far. Mateus Cunha from Wolves, total package of 62.5 million. The deal that lasted so long that it started when I didn't even have my college diploma. Brian Mbumo, 71 million total package from Brentford, and here we go, given literally just hours before starting this recording today, August 7th, 2025, just literally hours before Fabrizio Romano gave the here we go for Benjamin Sesko, 73 million pound total package with RB Leipzig. Thoughts so far?
I'm certainly excited about our attacking trident this season. I think that Mbomo is primarily proven, and we know he can score goals in the Premier League, which is good. And I think he'll be playing in his preferred position. I think of right wing or right attacking midfield in
he can play
Emre's
up
system.
front as well.
Yeah, he can play up front. And I think that we definitely overpaid a little bit for him, but I think that you can't really complain too much about that in today's market. Is everyone's going for a little bit more than they should be. So I'm certainly not going to complain about that signing at all. I'm really excited for Cunha. I think he's a beautiful player to watch. I'm really excited for him to play. I'm hoping he plays. He should be playing on that left side of the trident, so I'm excited for that.
He can play in that 9 as well.
He can, yeah. And I think Sesko is a good goal scorer, and he'll be. I think that trident will complement each other really well. But I think we have a lot of problems to solve in the midfield. I'm not quite sure who can play next to Bruno in that midfield and do a good enough job. Kabi, I don't know if that's his best position in that.
It's been shown that it's not his best position.
Yeah,
from
I
what we've
agree.
seen last season.
And then I think our wing backs come into question as well. I'm not sure about Dorgu yet. I'm not sure if Dalot is going to play on that right.
No,
the entire
I can't see
or...
Obrigado for another season, and I don't think he will. I think it will be Ahmed at wing back.
And then at center backs, I see other troubles. Like maybe
I think the
Delict
center backs are fine.
I don't know. I think if Delict stays fit, then maybe we'll be okay. But I don't know. I think we probably need to sign a center back as well. And then obviously the goalkeeping situation is terrible also. So
no, I can't would agree with you on that. But I know a lot of people are asking me, and I know our chat was going off earlier about Benjamin Sesko. We were talking about it, and I was telling the chat, wait for the episode today. I think with the whole Sesko thing, that there's pros and cons. I'll say this, right? Before we saw the links to an amazing player, which would make my summer if we signed, I was very much against this deal in the sense that this would take up the rest of our money, and we would be literally have to wait to see if we can get rid of the players that need to go, and then we can reinvest that money into a midfielder. However, given the fact how we have inquired, we've gone from being linked to Douglas Luiz to, Carlos Baleba. Yes, Carlos Baleba, Brighton. We have inquired with Brighton to see what it will take to get that deal done, which makes me think you would not go and inquire, especially to Brighton of all clubs, for arguably their best player. We know what Tony Bloom is and how much he loves money. You would not go and inquire if we didn't have a considerable amount of money still to spend. And with that being said, it's kind of changed my outlook on the Sesko deal. I think it's one thing I will say is that for those who are saying that, it's Højlund 2.0, don't disrespect Sesko, please. But then again, 95% of the strikers in the Premier League is an improvement anyways, so that it's not that hard, let's be honest. But Sesko has some very good fundamentals. I think he will drastically improve our aerial threat, because we just lack physicality in general, and I think he will be someone to help with that. And if you have Dorg, who's had a very good preseason, and you have Ahmad putting crosses into the box, he will get on the end of those. And you have the likes of Cunha and Mbumo, who won't just cut inside and shoot; they will pass the ball as well. But if they go ahead and sign a goalkeeper and Baleba, I think I might be wearing shades on the next episode. I might be. Keyword: I might be. But I'll throw this out to the rest of the panel. What do you guys think of Man United's business so far in bringing in players? Sirius, I'll throw this one to you.
Yeah. No, I think you guys are doing well. You can get our sloppy seconds with Sesko. But no, I think he's a good player.
Good luck with Johnny Bravo starting up front for you lot.
The 50 goals a season guy, Ballon d'Or nominated. Yeah.
Man's moving like Johnny Bravo, bro.
Oh yeah, Dave I. Anyways, no, yeah, I think Cunha's a good signing. I think Mbuemo was a good signing. I just I fear what Joe said in terms of attacking. You guys are fine, but there's a lot more that matters, especially in the Premier League, than just
100%.
And for that reason, I will get into it later, but I don't see you guys getting maybe fifth, but I don't see it happening really. I think we really need a goalie that isn't Onana.
No, yeah.
And you also, I feel like with your center backs, you have good center backs, but you also have extremely injury-prone center backs. And unless you get what Joe said, another center back who's a decent center back, I do fear for you guys this season.
No, yeah, and that's definitely a good point to make. Like, that midfield in our preseason was absolutely diabolical. I cannot see Ugarte, man, like Gallagher starting in that midfield again. For the life of me, that guy cannot pass the football anything more progressive or forward-thinking more than a sideways 5-yard pass. Generally, I cannot see Ugarte starting every week. And I think not selling Bruno for 100 million was a big mistake, because you could have taken that money and reinvested it into the squad. And Bruno, it's hard to fit him into the system anyways. And now we're trying to shoehorn this player into a system where he's not really going to be at his best. He's past the age of 30, and I just didn't see a reason why we didn't sell. Because we could have 100 million to spend already on a player like Baleba. We can go get that done now if we gotten that Bruno money, but it's what it is. He's here to stay. I think the centre back issues is definitely an issue, but I still think there's a good amount of depth there that it's not really top priority, but it would be nice to get one in. But
I have a question for Joe. Do you think? Okay. Do you agree? Do you think that they should have sold Bruno?
No, I like Bruno. I think Bruno is our best player by far. And I think that we have to take advantage of the fact that he's now a senior player for us, and he's a leader, and he creates a lot of chances that I think a player like Šeško, Mbomo, and Cunha can take advantage of. And I think that we need to take advantage of the fact that he's, like I said, a senior player who wants to play for us. I'm pretty certain that he wanted to stay. I don't think that he wanted to leave.
No,
and I think that we need to take advantage of that. So I think that we need to keep hold of him. I'm happy that we kept him.
No, I'm not saying like he must go, but you could have had 100 million for someone who's on the backside of 30, and for someone who it's already difficult to fit him into the system as is. And you have the likes of Cunha and Mbumo who can create. This isn't Garnacho and Rashford who will cut inside and just shoot. These players will pass and create for the striker, the likes of whether it's Sesko or Xerxes up front, whatever. You will have players who will create. And on with Cunha, right? That's serious. Give me your thoughts on this, but Cunha for me, when I watch Cunha play, the swagger, the arrogance that he carries with himself when on the ball, it very much reminds me, I may have said this already or not, it very much gives me Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal vibes. Because when I think of Alexis at Arsenal, he would almost never pass the ball to anyone else. And it was just a one-man team sort of thing. And with Cunha, it was very much a similar sort of thing at Wolves. He had that very similar kind of arrogance, that sort of maverick, personality about them, and that's a kind of player that we need, both quality-wise and personality-wise. And he settled in very quickly, and I think that kind of says a lot about, the kind of personality that he is. So, yes, what do you think? It was something that I've had on my mind for a while.
No, yeah,
Or you think I'm so wide of
the
the
thing with
mark?
Alexis was, his personality. He was such a competitor. He always wanted to win. So I think some people in the locker room, I think him and like, for example, like Aaron Ramsey didn't get along because of that. But I think that because of that, if we had him in our team right now, or like let's say last season, we would have won the league. Because you need someone like that, like Cunha, who wants to win, who's a competitor. Because too many people on this Man U team don't have that in them.
Mhm.
So I think that it's good that he's like that. In terms of their playing styles, it is a little bit different. But in terms of their personalities, what you're saying, it is the same. Honestly, I'm excited for you guys. He was a player that I wanted personally before the window started. But once you guys were a lock, I said, oh, it is what it is. But yeah, I think he's going to be good for you guys.
No, definitely. And before we move on to Tottenham, I think Jerry make a very good point on the centre backs. Like, we do have a lot of injury-prone centre backs. The likes of Luke Shaw's still here, but a certain guy made the decision to put him on 200 grand a week and a new 4-year contract. Just like Bruno on a new 350 grand a week deal. A certain guy. I don't like saying his name though very much, but we all know who that is. Which is why some of these players that we've got, like Mason Mount, who's on 250 a week, number 7 shirt, 60 million pounds he paid for that guy. He's stuck here, and we can't get rid of him.
I think Mason's going to be. I think he's going to surprise you this season.
I also just will throw out that Ten Hag is not the one who is giving them these wages, but we can move on from there.
As a squad player with Mount, I said it from the very beginning. Getting this guy, he's just going to be a squad player. He was a squad player towards the end of his time at Chelsea, and he was just going to be another squad player. He was never good enough to come in and start for the team in any position, anywhere. Any position, anywhere. But I think with the centre backs, you make a good point. Lissandro, injury prone. Luke Shaw, injury prone. De Ligt, I think, with fitness, it's actually been better than I thought it would be. Lenny Yoro is fine. Yes, he had that one bad injury, but he's been fit for, post, and he's been fit for most of the season. Still have Maguire, who's here. Aiden Heaven can step in. Very, very good player. He's a young G as well, but has shown a lot of maturity already for his age. And I have full faith in him. If we need him to step into centre back, he can do it just fine. But we'll see what happens with United. But if we get Carlos Baleba, for the rest of the league, do not let Man United get Carlos Baleba and Donnarumma. Don't let it happen.
Donnarumma? Bro, when are we getting Donnarumma?
All I'm saying is that I've been seeing a lot of reports on Donnarumma, and they're not going away. It's not like, because usually with rumors.
Okay,
like,
but you're telling me that Donnarumma, like probably the best goalkeeper in the world right now, who just won the treble with PSG, is going to come to Man United.
Why are you you guys?
Is going to come to Man United, who finished 17th in the league last season.
Can I explain? I'm not saying
and trade Paris for Manchester, like as
I'm
a city.
not saying he's. Can I explain myself or not? Like, all I'm saying is that it's not just us, but it's been us, it's been Chelsea, and what's his face? I've even seen links with Liverpool as well for Donnarumma. Donnarumma's got a year left on his contract. He's got a year left. He's not interested in re-signing because of I think it was a decrease in wages or the same wages or something like that. He wasn't happy with the wages and all that. They've also brought in a new goalkeeper on top of that, who's like Chevalier or something like that, to compete with Donnarumma to take his number 1 spot. And because of that, because of having a year left on his deal and contract negotiations being stalled, you either sell him now in the summer for 30 million or something like that, or you lose him for free, which opens up the possibility that clubs could come in and submit offers. And Man United's been a club that has been, not just from random sources and all that, like tier 4, tier 3, fairly credible sources have reported this, and it's not just once, but many of times, and it's not going away. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying we're definitely going to sign him. But all I'm saying is that I keep seeing this rumor, and it's not going away. And
I'll tell you what,
Fair enough.
It's definitely not going to happen, though.
I think you're forgetting, Davis, that
yes,
a lot of other better clubs are going to sign him before we do.
And who would need a goalkeeper? Or Chelsea? Like
Barcelona.
They signed Joan Garcia. They don't need a goalkeeper.
Who the fuck is Joan Garcia, bro?
They signed him from what's it say? Espanyol. They want to be, but anyways, to move on because we spent freaking Man United anyways.
I've had just two quick questions for you guys. I feel like we did kind of touch on them, but I just want to be clear. I've got the Old Trafford brick wall as my background. Okay, what is it in the realm of reality this season for you guys to leapfrog Chelsea at the end of the season in the
Absolutely
standings?
not.
No,
Absolutely not.
You don't think you can finish above them?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and then Davis, I was going to ask you guys about the Sesko signings. I feel like, I get you've signed other experienced attackers, but I feel like you're again signing a striker who's not quite at the peak of his development, right? That's not a ready-made player like a Gyökeres or something, or an Osimhen like we talked about. I think is maybe for Haaland to kind of learn from. I'm really confused as to how this is, just as a signing, like this does not look exactly like the Haaland deal. I mean, with the price, arguably even slightly the profile, and then even just like the league, I think they're the same age too.
No,
so it's just I'm really confused how this is not very similar to a Haaland signing.
He's younger than Rasmus.
That's not a good thing.
And I'll make one thing very clear, right? There's no more, Haaland needs to learn off of. No. There's no more of that. The only thing that Haaland needs to learn, doesn't matter what he is, whether it's German, whether it's Italian, whether it's Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, whatever, to Arabic, whatever, to just go, to leave. He can learn that, and he can learn of his options outside of this football club.
You're in the very small minority of fans that feel that way, though, I think. When I talk to most Man United fans, they mostly want to give Haaland time. No? Joe?
How much more time do you need to give Rasmus Haaland? What has Haaland shown us? He's been given 2 years at this football club. He's been playing consistently. How much more time do you need to give someone who has literally shown absolutely nothing fundamentally, or can't even guarantee goals?
He's younger than you, Davis. Like, he's got so much time. He's so young. If he's he needs to be back up to a good striker. So this Sesko signing, I mean, it just looks very similar to Haaland to me. I'm a little confused on it.
But you make a point. Like the theme's been Premier League proven, which is why I said I would have preferred Ollie Watkins, because you know what you're going to get from him. Whether you like him or not, you know what you're going to get with Ollie Watkins. He's a seasoned Premier League striker. He's Premier League proven. But Sesko offers something different. Sesko was my first choice. Between the two, my first choice was Watkins. But I said either way, with either addition, it's a massive improvement on who's been starting up front for us every single week. And
let's see if you still feel like that in 4 months.
What I will say to differentiate Sesko from Haaland is, we know that Sesko can score more goals than Haaland, compared to when they joined the club. So I mean, like the season before Haaland joined us, he scored 9 goals overall. The season before Sesko joined us, he scored 21 goals overall. So I think that we know Sesko is a better out-and-out goal scorer than Haaland coming into it.
Okay.
Which I think is the major difference.
Yeah,
Joe, do you think that Haaland should go? Like, are you on that train as well?
Well, I mean, now that we've signed Sesko, if Haaland went, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But previously, I was and still am a fan of Haaland. I think that he can come good for us.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I think he's 21.
21, yeah.
Oh, wow. He's 22. But, I mean, he scored 10 goals as a 22-year-old in the Premier League.
Well, I mean,
it's not bad.
He scored 10 goals in his first season for us. He outscored his previous season at fucking Atalanta in his first season
Yeah.
in the Premier League under Ten Hag. So I think that
By
like
one goal.
there is a player there.
There's a player there.
He was great for us in that season. He was in some ways our only great goal scorer in that season.
4
Yeah.
goals though is quite shambolic. I think Gabriel scored more.
Well, yeah, last season was terrible.
Let's move on. Andre, Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
Looking at their transferring so far, but one thing I will say, Son Heung-min,
Yeah.
Mr. Tottenham himself. Thoughts on that? And what will you remember Son by the most?
I mean, just for being loved. Like, I feel like it was a player that probably even our rivals could kind of sing praises of. I keep saying that phrase today. But yeah, just very likable, and I think probably my favorite Son moment in my memory is just that performance against Centurion City in the quarterfinal. Like, that was just like it was my first and only time in London, and watched in like a Tottenham pub, and that was just, he was electric. He was, I mean, to be honest, I mean, when Kane was injured, he kind of carried our route to the CL final.
Yeah,
that was all him.
Lucas.
Son and Lucas. So yeah, that, and then just unwavering loyalty. Friends with everybody, very likable, and I mean, club legend for sure.
What about when he injured Andre Gomes? That was my favorite.
or when he kicked Rudiger in his face.
I remember that. I hated that call so much. That Rudiger red card. I was so mad.
You know, I like Son.
It was so stupid.
Really low-key a dirty player.
No. Oh my god.
Low-key is.
Crazy take.
One of my favorite Heung-min Son moments was 2 seasons ago. You know, Bellingham, he was 1-on-1 against Ortega, and he just missed, unfortunately. You know, he tried his best, but he just couldn't score. You know,
Thanks, Dave.
It is what it is. You know, but I mean, it happens to the best of us. You know, he missed. You know, it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. It's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
do you guys think Son Heung-min is the greatest Asian footballer to play in the Premier League, to play in Europe? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I go, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think, Tottenham haven't signed too many players, but
No, we haven't, Davis, and it's infuriating me.
they signed Kevin Dance or something done last year. French Kaiser.
Forget about the loan. The loans we made permanent. They don't even count. Stupid.
You know what? Jean Pauline is a good addition. I think he's
Yeah.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Go for it.
The sacking of Ange was so diabolical that I don't even know who the Tottenham manager is. So who's the Tottenham manager?
Thomas I think it's a good appointment.
Wait, who's their manager?
Thomas Frank.
Thomas
Oh,
Frank.
yeah, that's right.
I think that's a great appointment. Very, very good appointment for Tottenham.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mohamed Kudus, though. Surely that's exciting at least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I mean, right now you have Solanke, Udogi, Kulusevski, Madison injured, and Son's gone.
Out for the season.
And you've only made one attacking signing from when it's like all those. I mean,
I think
it's just ridiculous. And then I think you guys can probably guess from last season. I did disagree with the Ange signing or sacking. I mean, I feel like he was the man to kind of put the pressure on Enoch, and now, we've brought in the guy who took Brentford to where they were on a shoestring budget, and I feel like that's exactly why we brought him. He's such an Enoch perfect appointment because he can just maximize the shitty little investment that they give us. And
that shouldn't be a reflection of Thomas Frank though as a coach.
No, but I mean, it's just the motivation for the appointment is what's annoying. It just feels like it's already happening. I mean, I think he's obviously, like, he
deserves this opportunity. He absolutely deserves this opportunity
for sure. I mean, he's incredibly tactically adept, and I think, I mean, he's already come in. I mean, my thing is, like, he's come in and he's definitely already really secured up the defense. Like, he's really put his energy into just making defense really good, and it has been. But the attacking patterns so far have been, just dreadful. I mean, our attack looks awful, and it's like, I just generally think with Ange, it was like the attack never was in doubt, and I feel like it's easier to structure a defense than it is to somehow create a system, like an attacking system that constantly works with players. I mean, Brennan Johnson was our top scorer, right? So it's just like, I'm a little worried about that. I think I think right now I'm not even that confident that we finish like in the. I will almost say top half right now. I was thinking we'd finish 8th before, but now it's just like if we don't make any marquee attacking signings, which that would be dreadful to me. That would be dreadful to me.
There's no way Daniel Levy doesn't bring in Son to replace Son. And anyone out there who says, "Oh, Kudus was a replacement for Son," no, he's not.
No, he wasn't.
Absolutely not. He's not a replacement for him and Son. I'm not trying to hear that. But,
I think you need a Son replacement. You need another attacking midfielder now that all the attacking midfielders we have are injured for the season, and then I think you might need more firepower than Solanke up front. Richarlison is nothing. He's garbage.
Yeah, Richarlison's still there.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we have.
You have Solomon back.
What was it?
You have North Solomon back at the club, man. Come on.
And that's why if we've sold Son for 20 million. We're rambling about Tottenham stuff, but then you have Richarlison, Basuma, and Solomon who can all bring in a decent amount of money to fundraise a decent striker signing. It's just like we're also really bad at selling players. But yeah, I'm really not feeling optimistic. I feel like I've been disagreeing with a lot of the decisions.
He can come and save you, Andre. We have an attacker, just for you. That can fix all your problems. No, not just one. You can buy one and get one free. We have 2. You can get the Ronaldo package deal. We'll give you 2. It's not just 1. 2 attackers. 2.
I would honestly take Haaland. I wouldn't take Garnacho. I feel like we should just be rating Serie A right now. I think is for our attack. Like let's just I don't know.
What should Thomas Frank's expectations be this season?
I think they're pretty low. I mean, we finished 17th last season, and we're in the Champions League this season, so it's not like you can really. I don't think you can really expect them to finish in the Champions League places, and I don't think you can really expect him to have a deep run into this in the Champions League. I'd say a round of 16, I guess, to quarterfinal, and then in the league just finish. I think if he finishes top half, he keeps his job. So the expectations are low, which is disappointing. I think if Ange is still here, then I have very different expectations. But I think it's a season to build, and then it's just like we're not building. We have so much dead wood. Still a shoestrings, like just not enough squad depth and not enough starters even. I mean, our starting front line right now is, I'd say, Kudus, and then you have Wilson Odobert and Matistel. I mean, and then Bergvall. I mean, it's just like, what are you going to do with that on a consistent basis in the Premier League and the Champions League? It's crazy. This is like one of the worst I've felt going into a season, but let's see what else we do in the transfer market. That'll be everything. My dream was if we signed the guy that's went to Al Nassr, Milo, the midfielder. And then I feel like it would have been great if we went for Vlahovic because he might be a decent price right now.
He is available.
Yeah, so if we went for Vlahovic, Milo, and then the dream signing with Songan, there were links to Leao, and I know there are still links. That would be crazy. If we signed Leao, Vlahovic, Milo, that would have been amazing. Now Milo's gone, so maybe you go...
Leao, keep dreaming.
Bro, Leao is also just a Portuguese Rashford. I can't lie to you.
Really? I don't know.
No, he really is. He really is.
Yeah, I do have my questions on Leao, but I just want a marquee attacking signing. Like if not Leao, then I would go Kane and Yildiz. Let's just do a Juventus raid. I'd be very happy with that. Yildiz, Vlahovic, and
now you're talking.
If I went Yildiz, Vlahovic, and El Khanous at Leicester, we've been very strongly linked to. Maybe I think, has potential. But yeah, I think you need three attacking signings to be serious again. Then I'd back us and I'd be excited. Except right now, I don't even know if we're making one. So it's
we'll see what happens. To keep it moving, there's just a couple other Premier League bits in the transfer window. Mainly one team, Newcastle. Just to remind you, there's only one United in the Premier League, and there always will only be one, because I've had to hear their fan base from across the pond chat utter nonsense. Talk about how, we have Champions League football. Man United's got no pull. What are you on about? I have seen graphics literally of entire starting 11s of flipping players that have rejected your club to go to other clubs. Yes, there have been graphics where starting 11s have been made. Our front three are all players that have rejected your shit club to come and play for our club. And you say that Man United has no pull. There is still juice in the Man United pool. So all these Newcastle fans that think that just because that they got Champions League football, that they've all of a sudden just think that they're better than us historically, that they're bigger name than us. No, you're not.
They're not bigger than you historically, but they're better than you now. Trust me, lad.
Yes, they are. Yes, no kidding. But they think they have more pull than us. No, they don't. I'll say that right now.
Let him know, David. Let him know.
By the way, with Newcastle and Aston Villa kind of for a couple years now doing so well, like it feels more accurate to kind of call it a Premier League top 8, no?
Aston Villa signed some random attacker I've never even heard of in my life, and my mate who's a Villa fan, messaged me the other day just saying, "Fuck's sake, what is this?" He was not pleased with it at all. Villa barely spent any money, but I know they're in PSR problems, which is
they do.
We were linked with Emi Martinez, you're linked with Lee Watkins, and they were linked with moves out the door. And I think they'll need to sell someone. As to who, I don't know who will be.
Yeah.
But Newcastle are in real trouble now.
Wait. Okay, this isn't really that related, and this isn't realistic. But hypothetically, Davis, would you trade Bruno for Morgan Rogers?
Different kind of players. But I mean, one guarantees you those goals every single week. So, I mean, I guess Rogers can fit in the 10. I know Joe's losing his mind right now over legend, but I'd probably say no because
Okay.
After some debate, you'd have to say no.
I just stated, but I just analyzed both sides. What's wrong with that? I'm the neutral arbiter. I said no. That should make you happy, right?
I don't understand why Newcastle don't just break the bank. Like they keep trying to do this like careful, like make one or two like cheeky signings every season, and then maybe they'll be good. And then maybe they'll be good in like 10 years.
They have PSR problems, and they haven't been able to sell or generate enough money from selling players. They haven't. That's why they haven't been able to spend the money that they've been wanting to spend. They bought in Alanga, good player, 50 mil. It's mad. They've signed a man like Ramsdale to be their goalkeeper edition, and I've been hearing Nico Jackson and Rodrigo Muniz.
Okay.
So you know what? I will feel slightly sorry for those Newcastle fans. If Isak leaves and they replace him with flipping Jackson or Rodrigo Muniz, those Newcastle fans have a riot.
It should have been Isak to Liverpool and then Newcastle got Ekitike, but Liverpool got greedy. Yeah. Now they're gonna get both. That's so crazy.
That was not honesty, but hold that Newcastle for that. Yes, Newcastle will be better than us right now.
Yeah.
But they will never have more pull than us, even though we're in 15th place. So they can shut the fuck up, respectfully. Promoted sets. You know what? I bring up the promoted sets for a reason. Because there have been some chances which I found very, very interesting. Lucas Matcha, the German international, you are probably thinking, who the hell is he? Came through the Mancity Academy, had stints, I think, at Schalke, and were very, very good.
I know who he is, but I appreciate that, David.
Signing for Leeds this summer. Granit Xhaka, one of Sirius's all-time favorites. You know, if you've been with them for all 6 seasons, throwback to season 1 and season 2. If you know Sirius with Xhaka from those days. Playing at Sunderland now. My theory is that he didn't want to play for a certain someone. For why he'd want to move to Sunderland of all places is strange, but I mean, he's there now. Enzo Laffi from Roma as well. Very good player. He's coming to be that attacking midfielder to replace Joe Bellingham. Looking at these 3 teams, right? And, even Burnley, they got Kyle Walker, didn't they?
Yeah.
They have him as well. Do you think any of these 3 teams have a chance at staying up? Because I feel like maybe, just maybe it could happen.
I don't know enough. Sunderland have splashed the cash though, right? Mm-hmm. Didn't they?
They signed a Dinger. They signed a Dinger from Brighton.
Nice. I I saw links
I
to
want to see
with
Sunderland stay up. I want to see them stay up.
I saw Sunderland linked to Lois Apenda. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's actually really funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Burnley have made a lot of signings, but
Yeah.
like they don't look that good though.
No.
I feel like Sunderland could stay up, and I look at Brentford, especially if Lisa leaves. I feel like if they don't go out and replace, and do this rebuild that they, have that Mbuma money now to go ahead and do. If they don't do it properly, I think they're at serious risk to go down. I look at Wolves. I think they could go down as well without Cunha in that side.
Yeah.
I think
maybe.
the midfield save them as well. I think there could be a chance at a permanent side step. And just from a future perspective, I mean, we want to see at least some of these teams, stay up because
Yeah.
the bridge will just grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will be less competitive. So
Yeah. I mean, I temporarily, for right now, I think maybe hate Nottingham Forest more than Arsenal right now. So maybe it'd be great if they
are you
went
sure?
down.
Are you sure? It's not because of the Gibbs White thing? Are you sure?
It is it's absolutely because of the Gibbs White thing. Oh my
That
god.
owner, yeah.
Yeah. Shady guy.
He is moving. That guy's mental.
Yeah.
But just to quickly touch into some of the clubs around Europe and some other window. Joe, I'll start with you. Real Madrid. Thoughts on their transfer window so far? Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen, the youngster from Argentina as well, Alvaro Carreras, who you would know. Thoughts?
I'm very happy with it. I'm a fan of Carreras. Obviously, he's Spanish. I think he's a good talent. I'm hoping he can slot in for Mendy and be consistent for us. Housen, I love as well. Also Spanish. He's proven quality, and we needed a center back for a while. I think he'll play very well next to Rudiger. Trent, I think, looks fine. He played well in the Club World Cup. He was linking up with our attackers really well, which is exactly what I want to see from Trent. I think the biggest signing for us wasn't even a signing, and it was Gonzalo Garcia, who I think is going to change everything in our attack, to be honest.
He got the number 9 shirt as well.
Yeah, he got the number 9, which is really exciting. I think that it'll be really interesting this season between Mbappe and Vinicius, because I wouldn't be surprised if Gonzalo Garcia started scoring goals down the middle, and it becomes a competition kind of between the two of them for who is going to take the left wing spot. So I think that'll be an interesting thing to see this season. And I don't really know what's going to happen with the three of them. So we'll
Xabi
see.
Alonso, what are your expectations for him? Do you think that he will survive?
I mean, the expectations for Real Madrid every season, regardless, is to win everything. So anything less than that won't be good enough.
Do you think Xabi Alonso will survive the season?
Yeah, I think he'll survive the season. I think he will.
Fair enough.
I think he'll win. I think he'll win one of La Liga or the Champions League this season.
I think
Okay.
I think they have a better chance in the Champions League. I don't think they're ready for the consistency that a league win takes. I think Barcelona are way ahead of them. Like I really don't think Madrid can compete.
Speaking
in
of
the league right
Barcelona, let's talk about Barcelona. They brought in Joan Garcia, Rashford on loan, but knowing Barcelona, their registration is so dodgy. Nico Williams, any Barca fans? No? I thought Nico Williams was going to be a Barca player. From the amount of photoshops and graphics that I've seen for the last 2 years. Where is Nico Williams there? No, I guess not. Okay. But for Barcelona, what should we expect from Hansi Flick? What do we think Barca is going to win? Do you
Definitely La Liga and maybe Champions League. Yeah, definitely La Liga.
Champions League.
No.
They'll make semi-final, I think. But
Serious, what about you?
Yeah, I agree. I see them winning the league. I don't know about the Champions League. I think they'll get far, though. That's for sure.
Fair enough. Let's look at Bayern Munich. They've made some headlining signings. I mean, Jonathan Tah free. I mean, it's not bad. And
I mean, that's just typical Bayern, isn't it?
It is typical Bayern. And then they were. I lost track of how many left wingers that they were linked to this summer. Whether it was Gakpo, then it was Nico Williams, and it was. They were just linked to so many left wingers just throughout the entirety of the summer, and then they ended up landing Luis Diaz, which for what was the price, like 60 something, almost 70 million for 28-year-old Liverpool. You have to applaud. You have to applaud. Almost 70 million for 28-year-old is mental. Do you think Kompany has what it takes to win, not just win the Bundesliga, but really push on for the Champions League as well?
No.
What do you rate Kompany as a manager? Not really.
I mean, I think he's a fine manager. I don't think the team is good enough to win the Champions League next season.
I think the center backs are a problem.
Yeah.
That center back area is an absolute problem. But
I think Kompany probably needed a little more experience before the Bayern job. I mean, Bayern Munich, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world, biggest expectations there are. So, I think they should have shot higher.
Musiala injured as well.
Yeah,
this season, so.
Musiala injured.
And look, I mean, not just Bayern Munich. It's looking a bit peak for. I mean, you have to do it for Leverkusen, man. I mean, they've lost like half of their team. I mean, they've lost Wirtz, they've lost Frimpong, they've lost Todd, they've lost Xhaka, they've lost Kusnu. I think Herdraki's gone now. Like, they're losing a lot of their players. And also, they've gone.
Well, yeah, but do you know who they have?
One of the worst stylistically managers and most boring football that I've ever seen at my football club. Yeah, going from Xabi Alonso, who gave them, one game away from an unbeaten treble in winning everything. Literally, was Ademola Lookman was the only reason why they didn't get an unbeaten treble. They've gone from that, and even the season or two before, I'm playing very good football. On top of that, they've gone from that to losing 5-1 against Flamingo under 20s, and Ten Hag's back. I really feel for the Leverkusen fans. I like Leverkusen as a club, but they don't deserve that, man.
Levi, we'll just wait.
PSG. What do we expect from them? Do we expect for them to win the Champions League again? Or do you think no? What do you guys think?
Wait, what you said? Are they going to win the Champions League again? Is that what you asked?
Should we expect PSG to win the Champions League again? Because asking them, should we expect them to win Ghana is a waste of time. So
no.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Who do you think would you put above PSG right now to win the Champions League?
Probably,
Liverpool, Barca, Real.
Probably
for
Arsenal.
sure.
Certainly not Barca. Certainly not Arsenal. But Liverpool and Real,
make sure
yeah.
you got that clipped.
Okay.
Make sure you have that noted. Again, like I said earlier in the episode, but all these pescatarian Arsenal fans, why argue with them? We can just wait until May, and then everything unfolds. Just like in the FA Cup, my guy Xerxes, they wave goodbye to all their title hopes and everything. So, we know the story, we know how it ends. But one thing that really interests me though, Inter Milan, they were awful in that Club World Cup, but everything that happened in the Champions League final to Inzaghi leaving, being replaced by Kivu as well.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Christian Kivu was a member of that Jose Mourinho Inter Milan side that won the treble. Coached at the youth sides, and he coached at Temporia Palm or something like that. Was atrocious. Had an atrocious record there, but then was given them the job. So it'll be interesting to see how he does. Do you think Inter Milan will get far in the Champions League?
No.
No.
No. I can't believe how quickly, it felt like Inzaghi's reputation after that CL final loss just tanked. Like, that was crazy. And it's just how quickly this team's fortunes changed is wild. Football moves fast and reacts fast.
I think Napoli gets farther than they do.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
maybe.
Okay. Napoli gets further. Going in next, we're going to rearrange the order of things slightly a little bit. We'll start with our season predictions. Top four. Premier League, who gets top four? Serious, go for
I got it. It's gonna be Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea.
In that order?
Yep, in that order.
Okay. Joe, what about you?
Well, Dave, I don't know if you're gonna like this,
Well, I'll go for it.
but Arsenal are gonna win the league, and then it'll be Liverpool, and then it'll be Chelsea, and then it'll be Man City.
I know you're just saying that to literally just to wind me up. Not that I care or not, but
I'm not winding you up. That's what I actually think.
you actually think Arsenal going to win the league? All right, brilliant.
I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I think that it will happen.
I don't think also show me anything in preseason that really.
I don't think the preseason matters whatsoever.
Preseason doesn't matter. It's like you're experimenting with different teams. I mean,
Like
Also,
every time I'd watch
players.
Real Madrid in preseason back in like 2016, 2018, they'd be shocking. And then they would go on and win the Champions League.
Yeah, because like Benzema get Bale in CR7, and they weren't going to try in preseason. Yeah,
Exactly. And compare that to, why would Gyökeres try in preseason either?
Do not compare Gyökeres to Karim Benzema.
also Gyökeres has played one full game. He played like 10 minutes in another game.
Andre, what's your
Gyökeres? Wait, sorry. Let me just fully draw the comparison for you. Gyökeres, Saka, and Martinelli. Ronaldo, Benzema, and Bale.
Yeah. Joe is again so right.
Definitely. Andre, what about you?
I'm gonna go. I guess we'll go in order too. City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Fair enough. The other European places, whether we care or not about Europa League, Conference League.
Isn't fifth? Doesn't fifth get the Champions League now?
I don't think we know, right? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, it'll happen later.
It'll happen later on, but let's just assume for the time being that it isn't. Right. Who gets those three places? 5th through 7th. Serious.
Oh goodness, I haven't thought about this. 5th through 7th. Oh no. Can you come back to me?
All right. Joe, what about you?
I think it's a toss-up between Newcastle, Villa, and Man United. I'll go Man United, Villa, and Newcastle.
Okay. Andre, what about you?
Yeah. I agree with Joe. I think I for sure went United and Newcastle to get those spots. I'm not quite certain on my third. And for who finishes above is tough too. I'll go United to get it above Newcastle. Newcastle next. That other spot, that's really up for grabs. I could see it going to like a random mid-table team, like a Bournemouth or something. They did just get ripped apart, their whole team.
Yeah, I feel for Bournemouth.
I feel like a Fulham will be around there. I think.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Fulham's always mid-table, but they're shot.
Aston Villa, Fulham, and Man U, in that order.
No Newcastle?
No.
Wow.
Serious has a point there. I mean, look at the window. I mean, if they actually bring in like Jackson or flipping Rodrigo for that striker role, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, I fear for in the general sense, I'd fear for Newcastle's season. But relegation. Who gets relegated from the Premier League this season? Serious.
That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go with. Come back to me. I need to think about it. I need to assess my options here.
All right, Joe, go for it.
I think Leeds. I think. I think Leeds. I think one of Burnley or Sunderland. I'll go Burnley. Leeds and Burnley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll go a cheeky Brentford.
Andre, what about you?
Yeah, it's interesting. For sure, Leeds and Burnley. I don't know who I want to go next. By the way, Davis, I just wanted to ask, manager of Burnley right now, is that Scott Parker? Or is he somewhere else?
No, it is Scott Parker.
Scott Parker. Okay. Yeah, they're going down. But it'd be nice if Scott Parker gets fired mid-season and then they bring in a nice little Sean Dyche reunion. That'd be nice.
That would be nice to see.
That third one again is troubling me. Okay, we'll go fun. We'll go Brentford. I'll go with Joe. That's fun.
Okay. Serious.
I'm gonna go Burnley, not Sunderland because they have Xhaka. Burnley, Leeds.
Okay.
Then last one, it's going to be a team that didn't get promoted. It's going to be Everton.
So,
Really?
It's finally
Everton
gonna happen.
for the first time in history, serious.
Yes, it's finally going to happen.
Wow.
They've been
Under Moyes?
too many times.
dark horse. Who's our dark horse going to be this Premier League season?
Sounds weird, but kind of Man United for me.
Yeah,
If they
I
put pressure on the top four, maybe.
I mean, just from considering last season, like so many teams finished above us, it's like
Yeah.
almost unfair to consider any of them dark horses at this point.
Yeah.
Like you can't even really say Bournemouth anymore
Yeah.
because like Bournemouth have been consistently good and consistently better than
Actually,
us.
you know what? I feel like you could consider Bournemouth, considering what's happened to their side this summer.
Yeah.
You could. Like the whole.
Well, yeah, but
spot-
like I don't think Bournemouth are going to be good this season. That's the other thing.
No, I think they'll struggle if they don't try to replace those players. I think. But no, it's not about shout. Serious, who are you saying?
Dark horse. I'm going to go with Sunderland.
Okay.
Oh.
Biggest disappointment.
Spurs.
I mean, aren't they kind of already are?
Well, yeah, but I feel like on surface level, it's like they won Europa last season, so like they should push on. But like,
let's not talk about that.
You guys have pushed on more than us. That's what I didn't want to happen. That's why I wanted to win the thing. So maybe that wouldn't happen. Because I knew if you guys lost, you still would. And now we still have not.
Where are you gonna say?
Are we went on me or Sirs? Either.
I was with, but fine.
They cut out. Did you say me?
Yes, I said you.
Okay, let's go. I almost kind of want to. Nah, it's fine. Let's just go Spurs.
Okay. Serious, what about you?
West Ham are proper shite, though.
well, yeah, but they were shite last season too.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to go with City.
Oh, very interesting. Next, biggest drop off from last season. Well, I feel like some of the teams you just mentioned.
Yeah, probably Bournemouth for me.
I'll throw Forest into that mix.
I'm going to go with Newcastle.
Okay, Andre, what about you?
I guess Brentford. Where'd they finish last season anyway?
They finished 10th.
And if they're gonna get relegated, then yeah, I feel like you have to go that. But Nottingham Forest, I guess.
Anyways, ones to watch. What player of the season should be one to watch?
Gyökeres.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing actually.
Okay, Andre, what about you?
Maybe Marmoush.
Not bad.
Mm.
I'd be thinking of Florian Wirtz, but then again, I feel like almost any player that you could say, you could have fair reasons to say. Golden Boot.
I'm going to go with Haaland.
I know Joe's super happy about that one.
Yeah,
No,
I like
I'm
that.
just kidding. I'm going Gyökeres.
Actually. Okay. Joe.
I'm gonna go with Haaland, but I think it's gonna be close between him and Gyökeres.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think I'll go Haaland to edge it out.
The sackers. Which manager is going to be the first manager sacked? And throw back to last season opener when I got that one spot on. But I'll ask you guys a question. Which manager is going to be the first manager to be sacked this season?
Whoever the Brentford manager is.
Very interesting. Serious, you? What are you saying?
Scott Parker.
Andre?
Nuno.
Very good. You know, it's not about you. Player of the year, young player of the year. Serious.
Player of the year. I'm gonna go Saka.
Okay.
Young player of the year. Young player of the year. I'm going to go for Miles Lewis-Skelly. But Dave, you're better at probably selecting young player of the year. So I would like to know your thoughts with that one.
My thoughts is to not get our show and podcast cancelled. So to give my best thoughts and input on that. Joe?
I don't know. Normally, when we have young players, we throw them to you, Dave. But otherwise, I'd probably have to say, I'll go with Haaland, actually.
No, come on, really. Real talk here.
No, I'll go with Cunha.
Wait, Joe, real talk.
Wait.
Young player of the year.
All right,
Who's your
fine.
player of the year? Who's your player?
All right, I agree with Sirius. I'll go with Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Andre.
Player of the year is tough. Maybe we'll go Isak if he makes this transfer. I don't know. And then the young player of the year, I'll go with Florian Wirtz is pretty young. No, he's 21. What is he?
I think. Come on. I don't know for sure, but
No, it could be him.
Isak's such a strange situation because his future is just clouded. It's in the dark right now. We don't know what's gonna happen with him.
I also just don't know if he'll put up like Salah numbers. Like, is he really going to outshine Salah? I don't know.
Isak's also like 26 now. Oh, you said player of the year.
Oh, that's player of the year. Yeah.
Never mind.
Anyways, early match day one predictions. And so why not? Just cause.
Oh my days.
Liverpool host Bournemouth, first match of the season.
Liverpool.
Scoreline?
The score will be 4-1. Dave,
Okay, Joe.
I think 3-1. Liverpool.
Okay, Andre, what about you?
3-0. 3-1.
Okay. Aston Villa hosting Newcastle.
Wait, sorry, I have to do something.
For God's sake.
Aston Villa hosting Newcastle. I think that Aston Villa are going to win 2-0.
Okay.
Wait, actually, isn't it a big scoreline between these two clubs usually? Haven't we seen like 6-1s in this game?
Oh, yeah, St. James's Park, yes.
I'll go 5-0 Aston Villa.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Andre.
Newcastle catching strays today. Let's go. I'll go with 2-2.
Okay. Serious, what about you? Villa hosting Newcastle, what are you saying?
I'm gonna go 2-2.
Brighton hosting Fulham. Serious, I'll stay with you.
Sorry, Gavin Gay was bothering me. What'd you say?
Brighton hosting Fulham.
Oh, I'm gonna go with a 1-1.
Okay. Joe.
I'll go with 1-0 Fulham, but I want to know your take, Davis, because I know you just met our local Brighton fan, Michael Sheehan.
Oh yes.
So surely he had something to say about this game.
Michael Sheehan said that Brighton is winning 2-0. He's also excited to appear on the show next episode.
Yeah. Yeah, there's more chance of me wanting Hoyland as my starting striker up front for the season than that happening. But Andre, what about you? Sunderland hosting Brighton v Fulham. What are you saying?
Okay. I think this game's screaming 1-1. Davis, didn't you see like an old picture of Michael Sheehan? And you said that's my young player of the year.
Really not sure. I swear to you, God. This is like you make me like relive. Like this is like reliving Hoyland and Garnacho all over again. Honestly, just in like different form. I swear to you. 6 years. But you know what? This is why we all love PLPT. This really is what makes PLPT special. It's far better than all the other podcasts out there. Sunderland hosting West Ham. Serious.
1-0 Xhaka Boomer.
Okay. Joe.
I like that. I agree with Sirius on this one.
Andre.
I'll go 1-0 to West Ham.
Okay. Tottenham hosting Burnley. Serious.
1-0 Tottenham.
Joe.
Yeah, possibly an early relegation decider. So I think I'll go Burnley edge it 1-0.
Andre, what about you?
I'll go 2-0 to Tottenham.
Okay. Wolves hosting Man City at the Molineux. Serious.
2-1 menu.
All right. Joe.
Yeah, I'll go 3-0 Man City.
Okay. Andre, what are you saying?
Let's go 3-2 Man City.
Okay. Chelsea hosting Palace. Serious.
Yeah, I think Nicola Jackson will score a hat trick. 3-0 Chelsea.
Okay. Joe.
I think Nicholas Jackson starts on the bench and Chelsea win 3-0.
Andre.
We'll go 2-0 to Chelsea.
Okay. Forest hosting Brentford. Serious.
I'm gonna go with 1-1.
Joe.
Forest win 4-1.
Okay. Andre.
Man. 1-0 Brentford.
Okay. Manchester United hosting Arsenal in match 1 at Old Trafford. Serious.
Who's Man U playing?
Arsenal.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay. Joe.
I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. Andre, what about you?
3-1 United.
Okay.
Wait, Dave, what do you think on this one?
What's my score prediction?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. Fuck. I know whatever I'm gonna say. It's gonna get clipped. So.
Oh yeah. Bullet.
2-1 Man United. Screw it. I'll be optimistic for once.
Oh, that's interesting.
For all the top reds, to
Wait.
be happy for once.
Wait, what was your scoreline?
I'll predict 2-1, but I'm not confident about that.
Let's go.
And last but not least, before the question of the day, Leeds hosting Everton at Ellen Road. What are you not saying?
This is either a snoozer or like really good game.
Okay.
Devi, with your permission, of course. First of all, I think we should have a TikTok, a PLPT with all clips, like me saying that Arsenal's going to win the league or that Donnarumma's going to Man U.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should do that. Second of all, Michael Sheehan, the Brighton fan, sent a 5-second video of his prediction for Brighton. It's fine. He doesn't curse or anything. Is he allowed? Am I allowed to play it?
Wait till the end.
Okay. You're gonna cut it off if I do that.
Let's play it.
All right, ready?
Turn off your green screen though, so we can't see it.
No.
Oh wait, if I do, hold on.
Oh yeah, we can see it.
All right, ready?
Hey, Davey, Brighton's winning 2-0. Also, hey, Dave, I heard you like the
Oh, okay, that's it. All right.
This episode, like Man United season last season, this episode's gone to shit. Andre, last but not least.
Let's go 2-1 to Everton.
Okay.
Away win.
And
Yeah.
to end the show, I have a question of the day.
Question of the day.
This is going to be a new thing. The question of the day. With the Ballon d'Or list being released now of the official 30 candidates to win it, right? Who do you guys think should be the winner of this year's Ballon d'Or?
Shit, I didn't look at it.
Sirius, we'll start with you.
Oh, sorry.
You're muted.
I think Dave, I must have muted me, but I think first of all, I just want to say I don't know how Rafinha went from like top 1 to like top 2 to like now like 6th. I think that's kind of crazy to me. I think he's had a great season, but he's definitely not going to win it. It's definitely between Yamal and Dembele. If I had to go for anyone, I'd just go for Dembele just because he won the Champions League. But also Gyökeres, he could win it. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Joe, what about you?
I would actually go for Scott McTominay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, you know what's the funniest thing, right? But before we started recording, you know what the very first thing Joe said? This year's Ballon d'Or nominees are shit. Scott McTominay's on it, honestly.
I don't think he said that.
Those were the first things he said before we started recording.
Dave, if you can show me video evidence of that, then
Why I said
then I'll
before
agree.
we started recording.
I don't think he said that. I'm pretty sure he said the opposite.
But of course, just no.
On a real note, I actually think Yamal should win.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I hate him, unless he plays for Spain.
Andre, what about you?
I didn't look at the list, but I'm actually gonna go maybe Vitinha should win it. He kind of won it all.
That's exactly who I said.
Yeah.
Before we started.
Okay.
I think
Oh, did you? Do you have video proof that you said that?
But I mean, look, if they give it to Dembele, it is. Anyways, there you go. There has been your opening episode of season 6, and we'll see you in